Saturn and Gemini, here is the fork in the road. Either you talk all the time, you have one of those kid-like personalities, you're fickle, you're a little spread out too much, you get your mind in multiple directions, it's hard to stay on task, but you really love studying and learning, and you judge yourself for having too many different jobs and too much versatility, or you've learned to use your mind and you're disciplined about writing and reading, and you've really done great with your education, like you valued it. So you learned to put your mind in its seat and said, I'm going to learn meditation, or I'm going to learn how to study and not be distracted. It goes one of two ways: the mind going loop-de-loo, running the show, or the mind serving the soul and providing wisdom. And that will be your decision, because this one is all about decisions. The hardest thing for you is to make decisions, but you just have to trust that you really aren't getting it wrong, as long as you're not identified to that negative voice that you really suffer from. If Saturn's in the third house, that means that your siblings and your family members were somehow or other irritants, or you're super close to them and you really value it, but having people around and being social is super important for you, and your language, your words must be tended to, Saturn in the third house. You can't use exaggerated sentences and everything and everyone and make up stories. You've got to be very definite about the word choices and the consciousness that you're carrying. The medicine for everyone with Saturn and Gemini is lighten up. For God's sake, Saturn in Gemini the principal takes you in the office and starts tickling you and having little cartoons and little funny figures, and you're like, this is the principal's office? But they're trying to make sure you can find humor and not get too carried away.